welcome to a new play session, and it is the 11th of December 2013 at 1:30 p.m. Right, so as you can see, I am playing with my new primary character, and I have my old character on the next screen on another client session, and it is time for me to explain what I have been doing. I did not create a video for yesterday, so I apologize for that. I am currently training for the Amar Cruiser and the Harbinger. So I need to get the Amar Cruiser skill to level 3, and I also need to get the Battle Cruiser skill to level 1, which I can get after getting Amar Cruiser to level 3. Right, so I have been doing missioning, and I have sort of dropped mining for the time being. Like I said, I'm dropping my first character I created, that's Kurabebe, and I have now this character, and I also created a third character who is actually going to be hidden for now. I don't want to actually reveal that character to anyone right now. So that will be my old subscription. Anyway, what I have been doing is missioning, and as you can see, I can now acquire level 2 agent missions. Now the question is, how did I do this? Missioning on its own is a slow process, and it will take you a while to get to the next tier. So you, for example, if you want to get missions from her, for example, just go to her information, you see her standings. You need to get you have to have, I believe, level 1 status with with her, this particular hold on. Right, I believe with this particular corporation that she is part of, so you have to have a good standing with them. So in my case, I had once I reached level 1, then you get access to second level 2 agents and I believe you have to get to level 2, or no, sorry, you have to get to level 3 to get access to level 3 agents. So question is, how did I get this, get to do this? And that is through a skill called connections, and this is the skill. This helps tremendously, and I was one of the what do you call it, someone from here who helped me out to figure out about the skill. I'm not going to mention their names because yeah, I'm not going to mention their names because they might not like that. Right, so when you get this skill, you, for every level you have, for every level of connections you have, you get a 4% modifier, and this just bumps up your standing with different corporations and NPCs. Important skill to get, and you can't get it just you have to first level up, I believe. Let me check. Yes, you had to first level up social to level 3, and then only you can even learn the connection skill. But anyway, it's an important skill to learn, very useful. So what is my setup right now? Sorry, I still have that cold. I have recently been experimenting with different setups, and that's one of the advantages of having a Plex. You can learn a lot from people giving you advice, but first-hand experience is something that's tremendously important. But just be careful when you're doing first-hand testing. You don't want to lose, I don't know, 8 million ISK molder or something along those lines. Right, so I have, so the focus on PvE or doing missions is that you're not trying to survive for too long, you're trying to do the most amount of damage as you can. So that should be your focus, to actually be good at missioning. It's not about lasting as long as possible. Lasting is good, alright? You have to last for a reasonable amount of time. But mostly you have to be able to deal a reasonable amount of damage in return. So I used to be running, if I remember correctly, those power grid upgrades that gave me extra power. I used to be running heavy beam lasers, but I switched to particle lasers because these have much higher tracking, and this allows me to hit fast moving targets. Again, a little thing that I need to explain is that even though this is fast tracking, this is not like a small laser. This is still slower, so you're still going to have a bit of a hard time hitting drones and frigates if they're extremely close to you. One way to get out of that situation is sort of like doing a trailing method. I actually don't know how to fully explain this, but I found out that if you're being ganged up around with a lot of drones, just switch on your afterburners, or in my case the micro warp drive, and just get out of there and just let them get behind you. And when you're in front of them, then they tend to just start to follow you, and when that happens, you can actually pick them off relatively easier than when they are around you. Kind of like I don't know, when they're doing a flanking move, it's harder to hit them, and when they're right behind you or in front of you, moving towards you, it's easier to hit them. Alright. Now, what I'll actually demonstrate that to you. Let's do a mission, right? Let's just stop talking and right, let's do a mission. Right. And you notice that the payout is also pretty decent in missions. Okay. Find the former secret agent, eliminate him before he can reveal top. Okay, alright. Now, by the way, missions in EVE Online aren't extremely deep. They aren't extremely deep. They're okay, but they don't have the greatest storylines and so forth, so on. One more thing about the setup I'll just explain. I have a lot of cap recharges. These 3 rigs also improve my capacity recharge rate. I have a reasonable amount of resistance improvements, and I'm carrying a tracking enhancement, and this particular device increases my fire rate. I could actually switch that to this, but always remember that when you put 2 of the same device, they tend to bring in a penalty. And so the second device is 84% more efficient than the first device. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to... Let me check this out. I'm going to take another setup this time. I'm going to take this setup. Right. This is going to hit. I'm going to be able to do more shots right now, but again, this is not going to improve my tracking of the gun, so you have to be a bit careful about that. So let's just get out of here. And I am reaching this location called Hisufad. Right, let me do... Okay, set destination is 1 jump. One more thing, I'm also going to be undocking my partner. My old character follows me around, and I think you should see him. There he is. that's my old character, and he's in the Corex. This is Kurwebe, and he has fully loaded himself with salvage units. Unfortunately, I should have switched 3 of them to tractor beams, but I only am carrying 1 tractor beam in this ship. The tractor beams are extremely helpful to clean up the wrecks and just quickly finish off salvaging. Alright, so let's just get to...
I cannot set a waypoint to the same location twice.
Just jump through.
Warp drive active.
And this guy is also going to jump through.
Warp drive active.
And this is quite fun. Anyway, we'll just skip ahead and get to the mission area first. My salvage crew, let's just call him Kurwebe, he is not going to be following me to the mission area because level 2 missions are pretty tough, and even my cruiser takes quite a bit of damage, so I don't want to risk losing the Corex. If it's the acceleration gate that I'm going to be seeing, okay, in this case I will actually jump to my location. So hold on, let me first jump to my location. Warp to member.
Warp drive active.
I'll wait till he shows up. So if it's a acceleration gate, then it's okay for you to have the salvage crew jump in and wait here until you finish off the mission sites. And you might wonder, why am I using a Corex for salvaging? Why not use something like I'll activate the gate. So why am I not using something like Magnate for salvaging? It's because the Corex can store a lot more salvage modules, and also it can carry more tractor beams, which is extremely helpful when you're clearing or dragging in all the wrecks. Okay, so let's engage the enemy. Oh, nothing too complicated here. Okay, so let's just target these guys, all of them, and engage them. now I'm back, and as you can see, quick mission gets me a reasonable amount of money, and these are only level 2 missions. Right, I won't take the reward. It's the same character, so. And today wasn't the best, but these are pretty good devices. I can probably make a reasonable amount of money out of these, but they are not being sold at the highest rate, not the most demanded items around. But the other day I did get something that got me quite a reasonable amount of money. Take a look at this. This is one. Alright, I sold 2 of them, and that got me about 41 mil, and that was pretty good day. It was today actually. Where is that transaction? Can't see it. That's the first one, and that's the second one. It's pretty good. Some devices, some items, people really want them, but some items people aren't that well. So anyway, I'm going to finish off, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. But the one thing that I can tell is that experiment with your build. It is important to get to know your ship, and the best way to get to know your ship, what it is capable of doing, is by doing missions, because then you start to know, oh okay, that's how you can do something, or that's how you can't do something. Just take it slow. Don't take the most expensive ship you have on a mission that you're not too sure about, because you might lose it. So take something cheaper. I used to take the Corsair. That's the destroyer one that the Amara have, and that has made me, understand a lot of things about how you should fly and how you shouldn't fly. I haven't lost a big ship yet in this character, only the Magnate, but I will lose another ship eventually, and I'm hoping to incur the least cost if and when that happens. Alright, so I'll see you guys later.